Have you guys ever chatted with someone online, whether you're a man or a woman, a girl or a boy, whatever the case may be, right? Whatever your sexual orientation is, you ever chatted with someone online and you just kind of get this vibe that the person is just not interested and you know, you start feeling like you're the only one carrying the conversation. This is a very, very common occurrence. This happens to everybody. This is a universal thing that can happen and will happen to anybody. It's happened to the best of us. Let's be honest here, right? It's happened to supermodels. It's happened to regular people. It's happened to the grocery store worker, the librarian. It's happened. It's happened with coworkers. You can just chat with someone and the person, their energy is just not into it. They're just probably either don't want to talk to you and they don't want to tell you that, or they're trying to get something from you. And once they get whatever they want from you, then you'll notice that the communication starts to die off, or it will just be solely because they want something from you and they don't really want to talk about anything that doesn't have to do with whatever they want from you. It's not a gray area. There's a very thin line between, wanting to talk to someone and not wanting to talk to someone. It's very black and white. If you want to talk to someone, the conversation is going to keep going forward. I'll give you an example, right? I spoke to a girl I think it was like a couple months ago, and she was such a good texter. It almost caught me off guard because every time I texted her, she responded back with a full sentence, or actually like 2 or 3 messages. And even when she gave me like a one message response, she hit me up like an hour after that with 2 more messages. You see, this is the type of communication that displays almost a mutual respect, because the person is showing you that they do want to talk to you. It may not be right away, they may respond later, but when they do respond, it feels justified. You get a reasonable response. I've spoken to women that actually tried to keep the conversation going after I responded with something short. And in reality, if we want to talk about, how it really should be, the woman should actually be the one trying to expand the conversation when she's talking with a man. I'm not saying for men to reply like a dickhead, but I'm saying the woman should be the one trying to conspire and find ways to extend and expand the conversation wherever you guys are talking, whether it be online, in person, whatever, but mainly through text messaging. The woman should be the one trying to extend that conversation. I've spoken with women that will even send a photo if she doesn't get a response and try to build back the convo, right? This is an example of a person who wants to talk to you. Now that we got that example out the way, I'm going to explain to you guys, and I'm going to show you guys, right, what it means to be breadcrumbed. The term breadcrumbing comes from women, right? Women are actually the ones that use this term more than men, because for some reason, I don't know why, women seem to think that men are the ones that breadcrumb. Whether that means they're talking to guys who don't like them, I'm not sure. But breadcrumbing the definition is online. You can look it up. It's essentially chatting with someone, but giving extremely low effort in order to keep that person interested. So you're just throwing little crumbs, and that person is taking those crumbs, and they're taking those crumbs, right? And then they're giving you a steak. They're giving you a ribeye steak that has been cooked and prepared and grilled to perfection and dipped and doused in barbecue sauce. And once you eat that steak, then you're giving them more crumbs. So that is called breadcrumbing. When you're texting someone or you're talking to someone and you give them the minimum, no effort, low effort text, you're breadcrumbing. Now, it is up to you as a man or you as a woman to pick up on this intuitively and end the conversation. End it. Kill it off. I can't tell you how many times I've chatted with people that have done this, and I've chopped it off. I've ended the conversation. And some people can actually pick up on that, and they will try to, come back around. But I chatted with a woman before, right? And she replied back with, "Oh yeah." Now, let me know if this is a term that you guys get a lot when you're texting with women. But when I get a text that says, "Oh yeah," I don't respond to that. Because, what do you want me to say? Usually when you get a response, "Oh yeah," by a woman, it means that you sent something long before that, because she's saying "oh yeah" because of a statement that you made, right? No matter what you're saying, whether you're flirting or whatever the fuck it is. Anytime a woman sends me "oh yeah," immediate, block, unmatch, delete, chop, and kill. Over. It is over. I do not accept an "oh yeah." The only way I'll accept a woman saying "oh yeah" to me is if she sends me 2 messages back to back. That is an example of breadcrumbing. The woman is using you because you have a dick and you're giving her attention, but she doesn't like you. She doesn't like you. She doesn't want to touch you. She doesn't want to kiss you. She doesn't want to make out with you. She doesn't fantasize about you. She doesn't rub her fucking pussy to you. Nothing. She doesn't like you at all. That's why she sent you the low effort text. But you see, a lot of guys, they will simp. They will not catch on to this. And what they will do is they will continue to try and carry the conversation. And what did I say before? It is not your job to expand and extend the conversation. It is the woman's job to extend and expand the conversation. And that's basically it. That's all I got to say. That's today's message. I see so many people like, "oh, well, maybe I should try to, keep the conversation going." If she really liked you, she wouldn't risk losing you by giving you a fucking piece of shit text message that had no thought, no effort, no interest behind it. The actions will always speak louder than words, especially when it comes to women. And that's what I have to say, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have experienced this before, where you will be chatting with an individual, a woman, or if any women have chatted with a man and, the guy does that to you. Let me know in the comments if you had people breadcrumb you before, because it's not a good feeling. And, some people catch on to it too late and they end up feeling like a fucking total dumbass. I know it's happened to me a few times. And they're like, "oh shit, this person actually really didn't give a fuck about me to begin with." And then once you end the conversation, it's over. You guys just never talk again. That's even more confirmation that they did not fuck with you. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And tell me that, any personal experiences that you've had similar to this. And I'm out.